Hey Alexus, love beauties and flawless man, welcome back to another video. Excuse the lighting, we are currently in the car. I am about to get ready shortly to go to a car show, so stay tuned for that content. But I just wanted to bring some information on how you can protect yourself and your body and your health during the colder months. We are now in September, and if you are from Michigan, man, you all already know it's gonna get cold. Y'all know it's gonna go down. It seemed like if we have a good winter one year, then we have a long summer. Then if we have a long summer, then we know the winter about to be bad. So y'all know Michigan weather is totally different. So I'm going to give us some tips on some different things that we can do to make sure that we stay healthy in this season. Now, another thing is there is multiple diseases coming out. I just seen somewhere on somebody else's platform where they were talking about how there is now, we have to be abstinent from sex. There is now, you can get multiple STDs at one time. And then also there was something coming out about just some other different illnesses. We're not going to get on into that here, but I encourage you to do your extended research and just stay safe in sex and in general, and try to work on how to be abstinent and celibate from that. We can probably drop some information about that in another video, but for this video, we're going to talk about how to keep ourselves healthy as far as food, hair, skin, and nails. So coming in at number one, the number one thing we want to do when it get colder is we want to make sure that we get our hydration up. So if you drink pop and you drink soda, that's okay, but we do need to drink more water so our organs can stay hydrated. In the winter months, we lose a lot of nutrition. We lose a lot of hydration. Come on, Jesus. Because of what is going on, the weather is changing, the seasons is changing. So we have to make sure that we are increasing our water and our fruit intake in general. That way we can protect our hair, skin, and nails. If you're like me and you have eczema, then your skin is cracking and breaking throughout the winter time. And when I drink a lot of water throughout the winter, my skin stays absolutely amazing. So make sure that you're doing what you need to do to increase your water intake. If you don't drink water, start small and then begin to increase that water. The second thing is okra water. Be sure to watch that video where we talked about the benefits of okra water for men and women. Okra water is going to be very good, giving you the nutrition that you need, and just providing you with overall beautiful and flawless hair, skin, and nails. That okra water is also going to give you that glow. In the wintertime, we lose our glow, like that glowing skin, because the seasons are changing. But that okra water is very, very good. The mucilage that's in the okra water is what provides the protection. And when you're drinking okra water on top of, fruits and vegetables and just having a good water intake in general, that okra water actually helps to keep the hydration in the body, because that mucilage in the okra actually is a barrier that keeps it hydrated. So if you haven't already, try some okra water. Be sure to watch that video. We did make it a different way. You can make it different ways. You don't have to put it in water. You can literally just drop some okra in lemonade. Number three is just water in general. Just make sure that you're drinking water in general, again, for your hair, skin, and nails, keeping your skin glowing and youthful throughout the winter months, because I think it's going to be cold. Burdock root. Burdock root is my number one go-to. With the stores I've been going to, they have not been having it. I cannot wait to get to a farmer's market because I need some burdock root. Burdock root is one of those things that is good for the organs in general. Burdock root is a diuretic. Come on, Jesus. So what burdock root does is burdock root goes into the body and it cleanses the kidneys. And so it helps you to go to the restroom. So burdock root being a diuretic means that it's going to induce your urine. And with burdock root, you still have to keep that water intake up. Burdock is a really, really good and natural detox for the overall organs in general. And then it still plays that part in your hair, skin, and nails being healthy. So in the winter month, when you're taking burdock root, that also is going to have your glow. Also, then your nails are still going to be growing. Hair is still going to be growing. So burdock root is good for overall things in general. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm in a car and there's been something going on my door locks, but y'all know we're just going to ignore that now. I'm going to say this. If these car locks, if these doors get too, because it gets to a point where they just be going off. If you get like that, unfortunately, we'll have to pause and come back for part 2, which I really don't want to do. But if we have to, we have to, because me recording this video, I don't know how it sounds on the other side, but I know they just, like, my locks just go up and down. And I dropped some water down here where my, what's this thing called? You know how you switch the gears? I dropped some water down there. After that, that's when everything started acting different. So The next thing is exercise. Make sure that you're still exercising in the winter. It doesn't matter if it is low, moderate exercise. It could be just a stretch. It could just be you walking, intentionally walking. It can be you lifting your arms over your head. Just make sure you're doing some form of exercise. In the winter and just in general, we do not want our body to lock up. We have so many different internal and external organs that needs to be moved around in order for everything to stay tight, like our muscles. In order for that blood flow to keep going, we have to be active. So make sure that you're incorporating a little exercise throughout the winter. I remember when I was playing sports, I love playing sports in the wintertime. And I think for that, it was because, I don't know, in the winter when you're exercising, it's like, it gives you a resistance. So the wind is actually a resistance, especially if you're working out outside. The wind gives you that resistance. So that's why I like working out in the wintertime, especially outside. But I encourage you to do your extended research on some things that you can do in the house. And we will come back soon. I had to get myself together first before we start posting my food, before we start posting my exercises. But for now, we do have a little playlist section about exercise, and you can go over there and see some, exercise tips. But make sure you do your extended research to do something. Maybe a squat, a leg raise, an arm lift. Do something and make sure you're active this winter. The next thing is to cover your nose, neck, hands, and feet. I haven't came out of my face mask since the lockdown, and I will not. It just depends. Like today, the event I'm going out to, I will, we'll be outside, so I don't need a face mask. That's another thing. You don't need a face mask outside. That's what I believe, because we're outside. And if I see somebody coughing or something like that, I try to, without disrespecting them, I try to do something or turn a certain way or look a certain way and, try to do something with the face like this or something like that. Just trying to throw it off to where I don't come into contact with their environment. So make sure that you're covering up your hands, because your hands absorb a lot. And some people might have sweaty hands and we touch things a lot. Make sure that you're cleaning your hands, washing your hands, and don't forget your fingernails. Please don't forget to clean your fingernails. I'm not trying to be funny, but some people don't clean their fingernails and we just wash our hands, but we have other components to our body. When you clean your fingernails, you prevent disease also. But if you have a lot of dirt in your fingernails, then you're actually attracting that, and we don't want that at all. Make sure that you're cleaning your hands on the top and the bottom, the fingernails, and around as much as you possibly can. Cover up when it starts getting cold. Make sure that you get some gloves, do some things, learn a little bit about reflexology. Go on Google and type that up, and then give yourself hand massages, and just keep these things working and going, because we use this. So the number one way to cover up your airways and actually getting sick is your nose, your mouth, your neck, your hands, and your feet. We want to make sure that we're covering up, because there's a lot of different illness. They're about to get ready to drop some stuff. I mean, we already see it. They're already talking about it. So we just want to make sure that we're 10 steps ahead of the game. The next thing is a skin moisturizer like shea butter, grapeseed, or glycerin. I love glycerin for the winter, because glycerin is that oil that it is a humectant, so it pulls dehydration. It pulls the water from the literal air, and I've used it, and it is crazy. I've never seen an oil work like that in my life. I was kind of thrown off. But glycerin, not the vegetable glycerin. The vegetable glycerin don't do that. Just regular glycerin pulls the hydration from the air. So in those colder months, we know it's very windy. Come on, Jesus. And so what's going to happen is you putting that glycerin on your skin, it's going to lock in, it's going to hydrate your skin 10 times more. So if you haven't already, you can get glycerin from Amazon if you haven't tried it before. The company I like to shop from Amazon is a company called Now. You can also get glycerin from the Wholesale Supply Plus, and also from Mountain Rose Herbs. You can find those links in our bio under the Linktree Resources tab. Try some glycerin, because it's really, really good for skin. And I think that'll be great for the winter time. The next thing is, and we'll be all set here in just a moment, increase your vitamin K intake. My uncle taught me that cabbage has a high vitamin K. Vitamin K is not found in food like that. And then come to find out, that's a very potent nutrition that we need for our blood. Vitamin K, vitamin K3, vitamin D3. So, but the easiest way to get that is in cabbage. Eat some raw cabbage, instead of lettuce, put cabbage on your sandwiches, your burgers, different things like that. Make a cabbage salad. Do whatever you have to do to get that vitamin K. Vitamin K plays a part in the blood because it creates blood clots. Now, blood clots are normal. We need our blood to normally clot. I just want to say this: if you are someone that's suffering with something with your blood, I encourage you to first do your extended research. Do your extended research, because if it's something going on with the blood already, then you just want to make sure you're being safe and you're not overdoing that. If it's something going on with the iron already, you want to make sure that you're being safe and not overdoing that. But in general, vitamin K is good for the blood. It helps the blood to clot. In the winter months, our blood gets thinner. Come on, Jesus. And when the blood gets thinner, then that's where we get colder, we get that iron deficiency. So again, I encourage you to do your extended research, but add more vitamin K into your diet this winter, so it can have that extra protection in your blood clotting naturally how it's supposed to. Because some medicines clot the blood, but a natural way to clot the blood is vitamin K, getting that in your cabbage. You can do green cabbage or red cabbage or both. The next thing is increase your fruit and vegetable intakes to give you more energy. In the winter, we just feel slumped. We don't have the energy. We're not getting the energy from the sun and the, nature, because it's the seasons changing. So what you want to do is eat fruits and vegetables. That's going to give you that nutrition that you need. That's going to give you that energy that you need, that good energy that you need. And that's pretty much all I have for the fruits and vegetables. Like, if you're someone that doesn't eat fruits and vegetables, start off small. Start with broccoli. You do broccoli and cheese for now. I mean, eventually you'll get to the point where you want to eat that raw. That's the point that we want to get to. But like I said, neither here nor there. So if you don't eat vegetables, start with broccoli. Broccoli is very common. Get you some broccoli, steam it. Now, the thing with cooking vegetables is you want to steam them and you don't want them to get soft, because when you get them soft, then they lose their nutrition. They lose their beneficial value. So what you want to do is, with any vegetable that you eat and you want to steam it, go ahead and make sure that that's still a little on the rougher side. When you don't want to cook that all the way down. So you can start with some lightly steamed broccoli. Throw your little cheese on there, try it out, a little pepper, salt, a little season you might have, slap your mom, whatever season you want to put on there, just start it. For beginners, do that. Eat you some broccoli, start there. If you don't eat fruits, let's see something that's, I would say start with some blueberries and some blackberries. They are very sweet, very delicious fruits, and those are going to be good for your brain and your overall health. So start with blueberries and blackberries. For fruit, if you don't eat fruit, and then to spice things up, if you want to, you can squeeze a little lemon juice on there, get you some vitamin C, and you can also put some honey on there. So that's something different to do also. So if you don't eat fruits and vegetables, start with cheese, broccoli, some light, and then for your fruits, you can start with blueberries or blackberries. You can put a little honey on there if you want to. The next thing is, for our nutrition, we want to go with nutritional yeast. Get you some authentic nutritional yeast flakes. It should not say fortified. Anything that say fortified is fake. Get you some nutritional yeast flakes. That is going to give you all of the B vitamins that you need. In the wintertime, our blood is thinning. So what happens is, we lose that energy. Also, all of those B vitamins play good in energy and getting our blood to where it needs to be. So that nutritional yeast is going to be good for that. I encourage you to watch that video that we dropped about the difference between vitamins and minerals. This is the easiest way for me to learn about vitamins and minerals. So be sure to check that out so you can get more information about that. But nutritional yeast is going to be the way to go to get those B vitamins. The next thing is to distance yourself from others. Make sure you put a face mask on. Like I said, if you got to curve somebody, do it respectfully. You don't got to be like, dang, the high used to be like, oh my God, like they over there coughing, bro, like that, cover your mouth. No, everybody don't think how we think. Everybody's not probably going to cover their mouth. They're probably not going to say, excuse me. They're probably not going to do the things that you would think that they should do, because we're all different people. That's what I'm learning, that we have to begin to understand one another. So I say curve them. You see somebody coughing, just and don't even try to do the sound effects, because I'm still getting caught up when I do little sound effects with people. Like, somebody walked past me earlier, I was like, don't do that. Just try to curve them, like, just trying to cover yourself up. If you ain't got no face mask on, just do something to protect yourself. Keep that distance, because again, we don't know what's going on in somebody else's body, and we on this channel is trying to protect our bodies. And the next thing is oral hygiene. Oral hygiene is going to be very, very good for keeping you healthy. Also, whatever's going on in your mouth is going on in your body first. Whatever you see on the outside is a representation of what's going on in the inside. What I'm learning from face reflexology is the way that you will be able to, come on, Jesus, use your external organs. So what all we see on the outside is an external organ. The skin is the largest organ on the body. You got your fingernails, you got your eyes, your nose, your mouth. These are all external organs. On the internal, behind this skin, you will have your skeletal system. You got your cheekbones, you can feel here, your brain, your cranium cap, your cerebellum, your frontal lobe. You have all of these internal organs. Your ribs is here, your lower abdominal. And you can tell from the outside, the external organs, what's going on the inside. So in reflexology, I'm learning that, based on the different parts of your body, you'll be able to tell what's going on. So for your colon, if it's something going on right here now, do your extended research on this, because I'm still learning. If it's something going on right here, like maybe a little acne breakout, or you get like bruised easily or something, it could be something going on with the colon. So look up a reflexology chart. When I'm able to, I will be dropping things in our link tree that can help us also. And me doing that, it just takes away from the research, some of the research that you have to do, because you still have to do your extended research. But the link tree is always going to be for things that I will leave there free. It's going to be for recommendations of things that I use, things that I learned about, whether that is somewhere you can learn from, whether that's somewhere you can purchase from and create your own. So be sure to always check out that link tree. We're always going to have something there that's going to be available and useful for us to learn how to keep our internal and our external beauty healthy. So Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man, that is all I have here for your oral hygiene. You can use castor oil as a mouthwash and as a toothpaste if you want to. You can also use coconut oil, and come on, Jesus, thank you, Lord. So what the castor and the coconut does is it extracts with any type of mucus that you might have sitting in your throat, sitting in your chest, sitting in your lungs, sitting in your nasal tract. So what happens is when you gargle that, it's literally going to pull that up and you're going to spit that out. Another thing, when you start feeling that mucus pile up, please spit it out. Disease attaches to that mucus. We don't need that in our body. I don't care if it's the middle of the summer, spit it out. Don't go around here sniffing, don't go around here swallowing, spit it out. And I love the castor oil because it's thicker, it's heavier, and it's going to extract all of that. It's going to pull all of that. When you brush our teeth, all of us might not have an electric toothbrush. Some of us might not know how to floss. We might not have those things. That castor oil is going to get in there and it's going to do the work that you may have missed. You may have missed a tooth in the back, because my dentist always said I'll be missing these back here with my flossing. The castor oil is going to pull that plaque off. Come on, Jesus. So the castor oil extracts any type of mucus that you have in the body, and it also removes any plaque that you may have left behind. The coconut oil does the same thing, but I like the castor because it's a little heavier and it pulls a lot more. When I can't get my hands on castor oil, because it is hard to find, I do the coconut. For the last 6 months, almost 7 months, for my toothpaste, I use strictly baking soda and water. That's it, and I'm making it to a paste. And sometimes I use that as a mouthwash. Another alternative you can do baking soda and coconut. Baking soda is going to be good and balancing out the pH in your mouth. We know that our body have different pH levels. So that baking soda is actually good. It's natural. It's going to go in and balance out the pH in your mouth. So make sure that you're taking care of your oral hygiene this winter also. Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man, that is all I have for now. I'm about to get ready to go out to this car show, and I'll be sure to leave you guys some content, so stay tuned for that this evening. But those are just some tips that I have. As always, I love you. God bless you. Do your extended research. I don't care what nobody's talking about, like, oh, it ain't nothing out here. We see what's going on out here. And then somebody will tell us something, and then they'll be like, oh, it ain't nothing going on out here. But y'all just had a variant drop probably like a few months ago, and then it was another variant, and then it's too many diseases, STDs. Listen, you are responsible for your own soul. It is a spiritual warfare. Everything is under attack. The food is under attack. The people